in your stock exchange. NTG is operating your exchange and linking it to 10 other.
Led by the Minister for
Under the leadership of King Salman and His Royal Highness the Crown Prince, is very keen on integrating our economy, our people, our strategy with the entire African continent. We see Africa as part and parcel of our future. And through that integration process that we're strategizing around, we see a number of countries as key gateways into this great continent that is going to grow at multiples of global growth. And we see demographics, natural resources, logistics and location, and a number of other factors as drivers for not only growth in terms of population and GDP, but also prosperity. So we want to be your partners for this. We are extremely, extremely impressed by what Kenya is doing under your astute and visionary leadership. And we congratulate you on the many steps that are taken forward. With a GDP of 120 billion, a population over 50 million, a great strategic location is only part of what is at stake for these great companies that accompany me today. We see you as our landing point for not only East Africa, but for Central Africa. And ultimately, as I dialogued with His Excellency Moses Kuria, we see you as a role model for what other African countries should do and should follow. And we want to bring the best that Saudi Arabia has, whether it is the companies, and you will hear from them directly in a couple of minutes, but also our capital, our location, our integrated value chains in the kingdom, and energy, manufacturing, food processing, global logistics, ICT, and so on and so forth. And we want to do as much as possible before hosting the Saudi, the GCC, the Arab African summits that we're targeting to take place in October, inshallah, in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
We have very warm people, intelligent, creative, innovative. We have 200,000 Kenyans working in Saudi Arabia, and you have known their culture of hard work, of creativity, and being innovative. And it is because we spend, as a country, every year, $5 billion to educate our people. Every year. This year, we will spend slightly more on making sure that all our kids are in school, our colleges are working, our universities are properly aligned. And I want to promise you that we will continue to prepare the best possible human capital to work for the people of Kenya and to work for humanity, including in Saudi Arabia. We have deliberately built a business environment, an investment environment that supports investors. We continuously refine our policy framework. In this year's budget, for example, we have close to 10 items on our legislative process to make it better, easier, much more facilitative for investors like yourself, for business people like many in this room, to find an opportunity to work either in Kenya or in other countries from Kenya. And again, I want to inform you that That will continue to be the case. We will continue to engage with the private sector. We will continue to engage with our investors so that we can align our laws and align our policies to make sure that they support our investors to invest in our country and they support our business people for them to set up camp in our country. We have a very democratic system. We have a system that is based on the rule of law. When you come to Kenya, you will not, in your mind, entertain the notion that anybody can do anything and get away with it. That will not happen. We have a sound footing of the rule of law to make sure that we protect everybody in Kenya and every investor and every business person that works in Kenya. We have a very robust service industry. We have as much technical support as you may need, whether it is banks, whether it is workers, people who have different expertise. If you're looking for engineers, if you're looking for bankers, if you're looking for whoever you're looking for, you will find them in Kenya. So there will be support for your business from the service industry in the Republic of Kenya. And let me take this opportunity to thank you, Minister, and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for the offer that you have made for 1 million Kenyans to work in Saudi Arabia. I have already set up a team in the government of Kenya, working between the Ministry of Labor, the Ministry of Interior, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to make sure that the very high quality labor that is available in Kenya, we combine and we connect with the very good opportunities that exist in Saudi Arabia for employment so that we can mutually benefit our two countries. The Minister for Labor is here, and she knows my instructions. Yesterday, I am very happy that you signed an MOU for the first 10,000 jobs, and I will make sure that each and every one of that 10,000 happens, if possible, this year, so that we can then move on to the next level. We have all the expertise you need, from unskilled, skilled, professional, and everything in between. Doctors, and nurses, and engineers, and technicians, and nurses, and everybody. So we are very clear, and our Department of NEA should be able to provide, National Employment Authority should be able to provide the data for the people we have to make that assignment possible.